Well, hello again everyone, MNTW26 here, and it has certainly been a while. 4 years since I did an update video. So I actually want to make this one somewhat quick, but not really. I'm going to try to get a lot of information out, so here we go. First things first, I am still working on Endless Chaos. Actually, there's going to be another video after this where I'm going to announce a contest for the game. It'll be up maybe about an hour or so after I upload this one, but essentially what I want to do to kind of reward you guys for your patience and for all the people who have been playing it, I have a little contest announced where I'm going to give out some Steam games, some of them Steam. So if you guys feel like winning some free Steam games or anything, go ahead and check the video out. I will have a link to the website and a download link to the games if you don't figure of going through the website down below in the description if you want to try them out early before the video comes out. So, have fun with that. I certainly hope you guys do, and I really need your help bug testing it at this point because we're pretty much at the final stretch. This is going to be the last beta I release before the full thing is finally out. So I just want to make sure there aren't any nagging bugs or glitches or anything at this point for it because there's just going to be a couple more updates after that, and then it's done. That's really about it for Endless Chaos. Alright, so for other projects, because I promised a lot of them over the years, I'm still working on most of them. I actually, I'm halfway done with a new Glitches episode, because I've got a bunch of glitches to show you. Some of them are freaking great. Working on that right now. Actually, that one should be up by the end of the month, hopefully. I plan on doing a Halloween-related video. I'm still not sure what I want to do for the subject, but I do plan on playing one of my kind of obscure DOS horror games. I've got quite a few here. Maybe, actually, yeah, that would be good. Frankenstein through the eyes of the monster. Oh, this would be fun. But, yeah, so I plan on doing something fun for that. That's not going to get any back anytime soon. There we go. I did also have a couple other videos I was working on. One of the ones that I announced in the past was BAP. Pretty much it was a history on BAP Interactive, the people who made Pumpkinhead. They have quite a storied history, let me tell you. There's a lot of interesting projects and everything they were working on, a lot of interesting games that they made too, and I really wanted to get in touch with them because some of the materials that they made were actually good, if you'd believe it. Now, the one game most everyone knows that they made at this point, and even if you didn't know it was BAP Interactive, they made Sonic Schoolhouse, that terrible, terrible learning game where Sonic's like, "Hi, I'm Sonic the Hedgehog!" And it's terrible. But it's, that was one of the games that they worked on, and I pretty much managed to collect every other game they had. There was really only two that I could find, and they were these right here. The Leonard Nimoy science fiction collections. I actually had a hard time tracking down the first one, but these are actually pretty good. I actually picked these up, sadly, before Nimoy passed away, so it's... I kind of wanted to talk about them after he passed, but that just kind of seems impersonal to do. I didn't personally know him, of course, but he inspired a lot of things that I watched and a lot of things that I do today. I loved sci-fi. I love Star Trek. That was me and Dad growing up watched Star Trek all the time. It was fantastic. But the interesting thing about these is they're not games. They're I guess the best way to say is, well, it says right in the front of the box, it's an interactive time capsule. Pretty much, they sat Leonard Nimoy down in front of a green screen, and they had him talk about different science fiction books. Now, not all of them are science fiction, which I thought was weird. I mean, I guess they could be considered, but you've got stuff like Frankenstein, Dracula, Dr. Jekyll, and Mr. Hyde. I don't know, I kind of considered them more thriller or horror books and not really science fiction. But the stuff on these is actually really interesting. They get a lot of other people who are pretty much like sci-fi experts and everything. They get into the logistics of the books and talk about the interesting things that they learned from the books, the things that they could take from them and everything. The second one definitely had more actual science fiction books than the first one did. But it's actually really interesting. I was really hoping to show you guys these, and I'll certainly be working on those now. The other reason that video got delayed is I was actually trying to get in contact with Bruce Austin himself, the man behind the BAP, Bruce Austin Productions. I emailed him a few times and asked him if we could just do like a quick back-and-forth Q&A, and he never really seemed interested. So he either didn't want to talk about it or couldn't talk about it, and I still don't know which is which to this day. So there's that. That's why there was a big delay on that video, actually, because I was hoping to get some talking from him. Let me put those back. what I'll leave it to do is, if you guys have any requests or anything for reviews you wanted me to do, because I've said I'd want to do so many reviews in the past, I do plan on continuing, of course, the Hidden Gems reviews. They're my favorite ones to work on. Probably won't be doing as much of the story arc. As a matter of fact, we'll probably go through a revival. I've got a brand new intro worked out for it. And pretty much at this point, they're going to be somewhat shorter videos. I mean, the last one I did was like 25 minutes long. So they're definitely going to be shorter, but I want to get more detail in on them and everything as well. I want to talk about all the games that I've talked about in the past. You know, like, Total Distortion. Oh, it's all the way down there. I want to talk about Total Distortion. I want to talk about like a Starship Titanic. Starting to get into games that, you know, they were pretty good. Like, they were pretty, I felt they were really good games, especially for when they came out. A couple other ones, too, that I want to talk about, like The Last Express, Realms of the Haunting, which is probably one of the few good FMV DOS games that I ever played. And just started getting into a lot of, well, what makes a hidden gem a hidden gem. I have a lot of games I want to talk about as far as that goes, and I mostly want to focus on the positive aspect, because looking back at my videos again, I noticed that most of them were all about negative games I played that a lot of people didn't hear about. And that's the other reason I wanted to actually start the revival for it. I want to talk about more good games, as opposed to the bad games that no one's played, because most everyone's heard about the bad games at this point, and no one talks about the good ones. So, I mean, that's really it. There's a lot of stuff I want to talk about with you guys. I'm really excited to be getting back in on this, and I certainly hope that you guys are going to enjoy the ride. I'm messing up everything today. It's certainly been a while since I've done this, but I am so excited to be back at this point, guys. Expect a lot of new content in the future, a couple new videos, I'm pretty sure, by the end of the month and everything. Like I said, probably something Halloween related. I can't wait. I'll probably play something that's just super fun. So, I might do live streams as well. I'll probably do another update video if I plan on doing those or not, but I'll leave that decision up to you guys, because I know a lot of other people are live streaming too. At this point, I just want to have fun with you guys. You guys are just awesome. Just freaking great. One other thing I wanted to mention is this video is actually supposed to be out yesterday on the 1st. Unfortunately, my friend had to put his dog Tank down, so I was with him for that. So we're both kind of going through struts with him not being here anymore. It's just so weird not seeing him run up to us when we bring in groceries, things like that. But he was a wonderful dog. Fantastic. He was super friendly, incredibly nosy, and he was 13 years old, and he's still the biggest puppy I ever knew. I'll put some pictures up for him, but he's just old. He just got really, really old, and he had a hard time getting up the stairs. He was making messes in the house, and it was just pretty much at the point where he was having a hard time supporting himself. So John's known Tank his entire life, obviously. It was his dog, and I've known him for as long as I've known John, so almost about 6-7 years at this point. So it was really hard for all of us. So just a quick thing I wanted to talk about with that, because he's really going to be missed. Very, very missed. At this point, I'm back and ready to have fun with you guys again. So, as always, this is MMTW26, signing out. Should change that name. What would be good for it? Maybe just Hidden Gems Guy. That would be good.